Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the most valuable player of 2018, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs, as they match up with the great Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. As always, by my side is Charles Davis. So the final tune-up for the regular season, and probably not going to really see much starter action out here in this one, are we?
You're right. Not much in the way of starters, key veterans, key backups, but the guys who have to make the team, struggling for those few spots that are open, we'll see them the entire time. But you and I both know this as well. There will be a surprise cut or two from guys who didn't actually play in this game tonight thinking that they were safe.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes now in his third season in the league, leading the Chiefs onto the field. And, boy, with the Chiefs traded starting quarterback Alex Smith before 2018. Most passing touchdowns in a season with 50 of them. And he was handed the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
Just saying that out of the backfield, utilize him in jet sweeps, you name it, Tyreek Hill can do it.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago, and now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur. No guarantee, certainly, that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
That takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers.
They'll try and get it in with Sherman, the fullback. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th time and score.
And the kick by Butker is good. Offense at the line. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
Tight end Jimmy Graham often uses his size. They picked him up to be a big-time red zone threat with Aaron Rodgers. He's looking to return to form in 2019, a 5-time Pro Bowler.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
At the 32-yard line. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams.
In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And now the backup Kizer to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking inside. A letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Reggie Ragland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot,
remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
from the 23. The toss play. This is high. Fights through at the 5. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. Team. The first throw for Henney, the veteran backup.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just...
Henney. And he comes back with one.
Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. From the gun, Kizer. Flush to his right. And he will find the open man as... Throwing again on second down. Kizer, he was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Williams. Weekend. From the 44. Kizer eluding the pressure right. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams.
Because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's 42. Kizer on first down. Uncorks one for Davis. To throw again. Kizer.
And most of the starters, you're exactly right. They'll be out of the game watching the rest of the way.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Down J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't...
On 2nd and 9. Henney complete here. It's Hyde. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
People celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And a short... One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. On the return is Williams. So we are halfway through here in the final week of the preseason. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. One more half of football to get through before we say goodbye to the 2019 preseason. All 32 teams in action tonight. Then everyone will be required to cut down to 53 by 4 Eastern on Saturday. And we get it all started 1 week from tonight. The Packers and Bears from Soldier Field. In our game, the starters are long gone, but still some intrigue. See guys trying to make a late roster push as we get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. Now, their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word, because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy throwing it, buoyed would be the word, wouldn't it? Because right now, I think his confidence level is so high, I just throw it out there. They will go get it, and we're seeing some fantastic catches and some great plays as a result.
Out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room?
Typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And
third down. Kizer. And Lewis has it. The time
Wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't
to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kyler Fackrell. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. 19. Now Henney. There's the first NFL catch for the former Georgia Bulldog.
Just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Offense.
They'll set up to throw. He finds his running back high.
Sums up the West Coast offenses. You're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot.
They've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls in his mind going into the game that I'm going to be aggressive.
He's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3 or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Williams, and he'll take it. Again, it's Williams. Williams loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
On first down, Williams. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Kizer looking left side. It's complete. He's going to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams.
Eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Kizer, and the pressure will get to him. He goes down.
Do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not
to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is Kizer. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got it. That's St. Brown. Touchdown, Packers. Now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal.
Deed with his play. High school coach used to say that all the time.
Laddie.
Take it.
Back to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A first down throw for Kizer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jets. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Down. They've hit 4 and 7. This will be 3rd and a mile. Jeremiah Tauchu able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he couldn't get it to check up. That less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling
down. Now back to throw. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. Here's Williams to return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kizer
bring it back at all, and that's exactly what he's done. Loves
completion on first, now 2nd and 10. Kizer to throw it. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here.
Let's go, defense.
Kizer now to throw on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. From the red zone now, Kizer. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's back to throw. Down. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Packers. Jake Kumaro there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now Crosby for the point after. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10, about 5 yards. Back to throw. That's a guy, Carlos Hyde, who split time last year in Cleveland and Jacksonville after 4 seasons and signed into a 1-year deal back on March 9th. First down, a run with Hyde. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
And that was, you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays.
They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching it. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds.
Kizer. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Here's Kizer. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds. Kizer to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the game here hangs on the right foot of Mason Crosby. It's just a preseason game, but this is for the win. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.